We first want to give a special thanks to Miss Internetti. Make sure to please support and follow her Instagram. Again, we thank you so much for participating. This law-abiding citizen who pays his taxes, recycles his waste, Mr. Good Samaritan, helping the elderly cross when they simply pace. The smile that never leaves his mouth, he hugs with both arms and hides his rare distaste. He hates the people who are so loud, who run around spaced. He knows he can never show his honest-to-God true self, so he waits his turn with no haste. I didn't ask for the world to end, but when it cracked open, I stepped in. Not for glory, not for pride, just to keep the ones he left behind alive. Rick, you were my brother before the world fell down. Now I wear your ghost like a badge, haunting me in every mirror, in every glance from Lori's eyes, that says she's still wondering if she's wrong, or if I ever was right. I held Carl's hand through nightmares and gunshots, taught him how to aim and not flinch. I gave them the strength I never had, while pretending I wasn't stealing your life. But the dead, they don't sleep, and neither do I. Because I know this world now. It doesn't care what's good. It cares what survives. I've done things I swore I never would, things you judged me for. But now I see it in your eyes too. You're catching up to the man I became while you were lying in a hospital bed, still dreaming about laws while the world was burning down. They call me a monster because I'm the one who can do what they won't. Because I see it clearly. Hope is a luxury and mercy gets you killed. I tell myself I'm the better angel, not the soft kind, not the halo and hymn kind, the kind that draws the line in blood and says, no more. The kind that kills so others don't have to. The kind that dies a little each time, so the rest of you can keep pretending. But something's changing in me, and I don't know if it's rot or revelation. I still see the sky, but it's grayer than I remember. I still feel warmth, but it's fading, flickering, like I'm burning from the inside out. So I ask myself, is this who I am? Or is this just who the world made me? Because if there's no going back, if this broken world demands a monster to protect the living from the dead, then maybe I already am one. But God help me, I'd do it all again if it meant keeping them safe, even if it means losing whatever's left of me.
I used to know who I was. The law felt heavy but clean. Back then, I believed in right and wrong, like there were separate things, black and white, hero or threat, savior or sin. But the world ended, and so did all that. Now, I sit here, in front of a cracked mirror, in an empty barn with ghosts in the walls, buzzing clippers in my hand, shedding pieces of who I used to be, like dead skin. Hair falls like soft ash. The last snowfall on a grave no one visits. I'm not that man anymore. I tell myself I'm still trying to protect them. But maybe I just want to be needed, wanted, loved, even if it means forcing the world into my shape, even if it means becoming the monster to keep the monsters out. I scream in the silence of my head. Inside, I'm dying too. No bite, no fever, just raw hesitated, that cared too much, that waited too long to pull the trigger. He's buried 6 feet beneath who I am now. You either change with the world, or it chews you to the bone. So I changed. I sharpened. I hardened. I stopped asking what's right and started doing what works. Does that make me evil or just awake? I see Rick's eyes, still clinging to yesterday, still dreaming of laws and fences, while I'm out here making choices that cut like glass but keep us breathing. The thing is, I didn't lose my soul all at once. It unraveled, thread by thread, lie by lie, kill by kill. And somewhere in between protecting them and proving myself, I became something else. Something that can't be buried because he's already dead. Something that doesn't cry because there's no water left in this hell. They used to say we had better angels in us. Maybe I was one. Maybe not. But I know now. Better angels don't survive the apocalypse. Only the dark ones do. The ones with blood under their nails and silence in their eyes. The ones who kill with trembling hands and still sleep beside the guilt. So I keep cutting, keep changing, keep standing in the ash as the world burns down around me. Because the man I was before, he died in the hospital. He died on that road. He died watching his best friend wake up to a world I'd already learned to fear. I'm not sorry anymore. I'm just ready.
I didn't fall all at once. It was quiet. One step here, one choice there. Each time, a little deeper, until I looked up and the sky was gone. Survival changes men. It digs its hands in and twists. And when the world died, so did the man I thought I was. I kept saying I had to be strong, that I had to be right. But what I really meant was, I had to be the last man standing, even if it meant standing alone. I told myself, you gotta protect them. Do what Rick couldn't. Because Rick was dreaming, and I was already awake. I opened my eyes and saw the end of the world staring back at me through dead faces. And that's when something cracked. The first kill shook me. The second didn't. By the fifth, I stopped counting. It wasn't mercy anymore. It was math. The more you lose, the more you convince yourself this is the only way. But that night, out there in the field, just me and Rick and the weight of everything we never said but always knew. I pulled my gun, held it to the only man who ever truly gave a damn about me. And I told myself it was mercy. I told myself he was weak, that he didn't belong in this world. But the truth? He was the last part of me that hadn't turned to rot, and I aimed to kill him. He looked at me, calm as the morning. No fear, just sorrow, like he already saw how far gone I was. That's when I felt it, the monster inside me stalling, trembling. I wanted to scream, but there was no voice left in me, no man left in me, just this shell, hungry to be right so I could live with being wrong. And then he did what I couldn't. He let me go. He put me down, the way a friend would, the way a brother does when mercy is heavier than the bullet. I bled out in silence, watching the stars flicker in his eyes. And it hit me, like a flood rushing through the cracks I tried to hide. He was the better angel, not me, never me. He carried my weight even when I tried to bury him with it. He walked away from that field with blood on his hands and more grief than any man should bear. But he still walked. Me? I died trying to kill the one man who never stopped believing I could be saved. And now I know. Hell isn't a place. It's a memory you replay over and over in the dark.
I'm sorry, but that don't mean much now, does it? This place, it's cold. Not in the way winter's cold, but in that way where the light touches nothing and everything echoes back at you like it's been waiting to haunt you. I sleep in silence now. Not peace, just silence. There's no morning, no sunrise, just the dark and me in it. The man in black once called me a dark angel, but that ain't true. Angels don't bleed like I did. They don't beg like I did. They don't put a gun to the head of their own brother just to feel right again. I was jealous, God help me, I was. That man had something I never could hold. A woman who loved him, a boy who looked up to him, a reason to come home. Me? I came home to silence. I filled that quiet with noise, with rage, with something burning in my chest that made me want to tear down everything he built. Even as we stood side by side, I never saw Rick as my equal. I saw him as the light shining on everything I was never allowed to have. So I tried to be the better angel. That's what I told myself. Do what he won't, protect what he left behind. But that was a lie dressed in duty. I wasn't a protector. I was a shadow longing to feel the sun without earning it. The truth? I let jealousy steer the wheel until the man I was unrecognizable in the mirror Rick saw me through. And when he looked at me one last time, he didn't see a friend. He saw a man begging to be stopped. And he did. God, he did. Now he walks that dead world alone. Still standing. Still carrying more than any man should. While I sit in this place where nothing grows. No light, no sound. Only the company of every mistake I ever made whispering back at me when I try to close my eyes. I'm not the better angel. I never was. I'm just a bitter one. One that wanted love, but mistook possession for purpose. And now I pay for it in silence, alone, forever.